in their own words, and it's really just a neutral statement. There's no challenging, there's no arguing, there's no approving or disapproving or interpreting. And what this does is it shows the other person that you've heard what they say or what they said. And the final component of a healthy relationship is having a good self-esteem. And so let me give you some examples of low self-esteem. People with low self-esteem tend to allow other people to take them for granted. They'll often tolerate abuse or mistreatment, and they have difficulty accepting compliments. And those with a good self-esteem, they tend to be very comfortable with themselves. They know their morals and values, and they won't sacrifice them for the sake of being liked. They have interests and beliefs that are independent of other people, and they're able to accept compliments with a thank you rather than trying to challenge why that compliment isn't deserved. So a quick and easy way to improve your self-esteem is to make a list of your best qualities and remind yourself of those qualities frequently. So in summary, relationships are essential for happiness and well-being, but they can also be a source of stress. So in order to minimize stress and maximize satisfaction, it's important to keep in mind the three components that I just discussed. So work on setting good boundaries with other people, work on your communication skills, and learn to develop a healthy self-esteem. If you'd like to talk about healthy relationships.
Okay, so did anyone understand what she was talking about, how to establish a healthy relationship? Could you tell me one quality she said would be important in establishing a good relationship?
Like a good one though, like sometimes when people ask us questions, we ask the same questions back to them.
Okay,
Like,
so then you're talking about communication skills.
That's like a conversation.
Okay, yeah, good communication skills.
And doing a conversation with someone, it's asking the same questions back to them.
Right.
Like for example, I asked them if someone asked me how I was doing today, asked them how about them.
That is good.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Okay, so basically what she was speaking of was around healthy relationships, guys. We're talking about setting appropriate boundaries, good communication skills, have good self-esteem, okay? And a lot of times people we build relationship with, we have shared values, shared goals, shared interests, and also being honest and respectful, okay? So that's some of the ways to establish a good relationship with people, with professional people, with your schoolmates, with your family members, with your best friend. And also too, as we looked at our affection circle on our paper, everybody see that? Josh, you see that? So right here we have our affection circle, and how we put people along our affection circle will be determined normally what kind of affection we show them. So for example, when your cab driver pulls up to pick you up in the morning, do you guys run out and give him a hug?
No.
No. Why? Because he's probably not a close friend of yours, correct? He's someone that basically provides services. Now you can give him a handshake if you want, or you can nod your head and get in the cab. Okay? But if it's your girlfriend or your boyfriend, what do you do? Normally run up and give them a long hug, right?
Right.
Especially if we haven't seen them in a long time, or haven't seen them all day. So people show affection depending on how we classify the relationship. So when we look at the affection circle that is in front of you, can someone describe the types of affection in each circle? So can someone tell me what these are in the circle? Dimitri?
Yes.
What's in your circle? What's these? Just read one.
Long hug.
Okay, so he said long hug. Can someone give me another one?
I like long hug. You're talking about which ones you like better?
No, these are how we describe depending on what that person is. So you like a long hug for whom?
Oh,
Who would you give a long hug to?
My family.
Okay, your family member, that is correct, because that's why we have family members up here, and we normally give them a long hug, and sometimes we can give them a short hug. Okay, but they're still, the closer they are to us, because we're the star, that's the more affection that we give them. The further they are away from us, for example, a stranger on the street, would you run up to the stranger and give them a hug?
Oh.
No, because they probably think, what's wrong with this person, right?
Right.
Okay. So then now we can convey the relationship between appropriate physical affection boundaries by showing how the further away a person is from the star at the center of the circle. So that's us, say family members, romantic relationships, even some here for the short hugs. We have people, for example, our close friends. Sometimes our housemates and roommates, they can actually end up being some of our closest friends. Say when you go to college, you'll get a new roommate. You may not know that person, but after you've been in college for a while, then you guys might become close friends. And then you might see them and say, hey, how you doing today? Give them a short hug or a handshake. Yeah. So, how many of you can tell me where you would place a stranger in the circle and where you would put a close family member in the circle? Okay, so Dimitri, where would you put your family member on the circle?
Long hug.
Okay, long hug. Where would you put a stranger?